Hey guys, so this is the tips and tricks video for the week 7 YSP second grade spring curriculum, and it's about habitats and biodiversity, so still kind of talking about ecology and earth science like we have been in the past too, and also just talking about where life lives on earth, so you can definitely tie in plants. So how this works is you get these habitat scorecards kind of. So you make one for rainforest, desert, coral reef, and woodlands, and they look like this. Okay, and then these numbers correspond with how many of which color skittle go into a small little mason jar. But how I like to do this is I just give the kids a card that has the number and the color and doesn't say this at the top, and it also doesn't say like that green is amphibians or red is fish or anything like that. It just has the amount and the color of skittles that go in each, and then at the end I have them all kind of deduce which jar corresponds with which habitat and which color corresponds with which type of animal, which is difficult, but I think a better way for them to understand it. So, how I like to teach it is I basically just explain what a habitat is. Biodiversity is the big word. That's the word I want them to learn because they know pretty much all the other ones. And then I go over the different kinds of animals, what their properties are, what they look like, where they like to live. And then I go over the different habitats and I go over, how much sun, how much rain they get, uh, where they are, those kinds of things, so they can understand what the environment is like, and obviously pictures. And then this is my question, but you can make the question whatever you want, obviously. And then I just pass out one card to each group, so I only make 4 groups, and then one jar, and then I have the Skittles already separated by color in Ziploc baggies, and I just like give one group the red bag and the yellow bag, and then the next group purple or whatever, and then I just rotate them as they finish counting. And once they're done, I bring all the jars to the front and all the kids to the front, and I have them see which habitat do you think gets the least amount of water, and usually that they can say it's the usually they can say it's the desert because there's no fish or there's very few amphibians, and both of those need water to live. And so basically just I ask them a lot of guiding leading questions until they can eliminate, like, oh, the coral reef has a ton of this one, and what do you think is most in a coral reef underwater of all of these? And then they'll realize fish. So sometimes you might have to give them hints, other times they'll be able to figure out all 4 habitats and all 5 animals all by themselves. The important thing is not that they remember that, a rainforest has more reptiles than mammals. It's just that they can understand that a rainforest gets a lot of sun and a lot of rain and has a lot of different kind of plants, and therefore has a lot of biodiversity. It has a lot of different kinds of animals that can live there. Whereas a desert doesn't get that much rain, and so it might not be the best place for that many plants to grow, and therefore, there aren't that many fish and there aren't that many amphibians, and maybe reptiles can live there because they're cold-blooded, things like that. Just like little facts here and there about um, why why an animal might be able to live one place and not another, so that they understand the overall picture, is what I kind of go for in this experiment. I've also tried to look to see if there are more habitats that I could find and make up numbers for, but I just didn't feel comfortable making up my own numbers because I didn't know if they'd be representative. So if you're able to find a way to make more of these, so there's more groups and they learn more, that would be good, but I haven't figured that out yet. But overall, it's a good lesson. They really work well together with counting and trying to figure things out. And it's a good simple lesson before the last one, which is make your own lab, which generally tends to be more involved, I'll say. So yeah.